My name is Dermot Bannon and I'm an architect and a television presenter. And I'm here with
Miele. I'm actually the great-grandson of Karl Miele, the founder of the Miele company, and I'm one of the executive directors right now.
Where are we?
Actually, we are in Gütersloh. That's more or less in the northern part of Germany. And Gütersloh is the factory of the washing machines, but it's also the headquarters of Miele, that's right.
We have some secret questions. So I don't know what's on this, so we're going to try and answer them together. Will we go
Absolutely,
first?
yeah.
Okay, you ready? Okay. Miele has been around for 120 years. You haven't been here for 120 years, no.
Do I look like that?
I'm not saying anything. What do you attribute to this long-lasting success?
Actually, when Karl Miele was founding the company together with Reinhard Zinkern, their first products
There's two families. I don't think a lot of people know that.
And now it's the successors of the two, so it's the descendants of Karl Miele and Reinhard Zinkern who are owning the company.
So you attribute success to family and keeping it in the family and
Absolutely.
Quality has got to come before price, always.
Absolutely. When people buy Miele appliances, they expect quality.
Yes. What does forever better mean in reality?
I think when you look at the first products, it was really meant as having a higher quality than competition, but immer besser now we also interpret as we want to be immer besser. So when we come up with new generations, like now generation 7000, we think about what else can we do better than in 6000.
What is the biggest threat facing the company or industry at present?
That's a good question because the size, for example, of apartments is changing, the way how people live, what they eat is changing and so on. And we have to adapt to those needs as well. That's one thing. But it's also the industry that is changing. So when you look at digitalization, for example, connected appliances and so on offer new possibilities. And there might be also a threat coming up.
What is the biggest opportunity facing the company or industry at present?
I think the biggest opportunity is right now the new product generation. So with generation 7000, it's more or less half of the turnover that we are replacing with new appliances. And I think that's the biggest opportunity, rolling out that new generation to all the markets right now.
Okay. Are there any exciting trends or changes on the horizon for the industry?
Digitalization is the big
thing. What is Miele's stance on sustainability?
Of course, being a family company and looking long-term, sustainability is very, very important for us. We started recording all the numbers in the 70s, how much water do we use, energy and so on.
Do you have a favorite Miele appliance, or is it like asking you to pick a favorite child?
I do have favorite appliances, but they change from time to time.
What's your current favorite?
The dialogue oven, 43.
What is the best advice you have ever been given, personally?
Best advice. Immer besser is quite a strong advice.
It doesn't get any better than that. But okay, so has anybody ever given you a nugget of advice? Maybe it's somebody else from the other family who you don't fight with, or a grandfather or father. Has anybody ever given you some business advice or in running the company that you've hung on to?
I think what is very important is that once you found a working strategy, you have to keep that working strategy. If you have the right people and they are really doing a great job, stick to that strategy.
Okay, what is the most important lesson you have ever learned in business?
The most important lesson?
That means you have to make a mistake.
Immer besser also means you have to try things.
Okay.
That doesn't necessarily mean that all things work out. And you also have to think about, if you don't put it out on the market, you never know whether it's going to perform or not.
Who is your hero?
My hero?
Yeah.
Karl Miele and Reinhard Zinkern, when they started the business, there were more than 30 companies doing butter churns here in the region. So coming up with the idea to do more or less the same product you're quite a hero.
Yeah.
And of course, the interesting thing is you have to differentiate yourself. And they chose quality, so we use different wood, we treat it differently, and then we sell at a higher price because we include more work. Outside of Miele would be the kids.
Oh, your own children. The next generation.
The next generation, maybe.
What is your favorite thing to do when you are not working?
Spending time with the family, of course.
Yeah. Thank you very much. We got through these very quickly. You know a lot about Miele.
I'm working almost 20 years with Miele, so.
Thank you very much for inviting me over here today. I've had a wonderful time.
Thank you very much for coming to Gütersloh.
Not at all.